Okay, let's talk about Jupiter. It's Thursday, that's the energy, and I wrote some notes down so that I can stay on topic because we know I can waffle. So, Jupiter, the great expander. Many know Jupiter as that benefic planet in the zodiac, especially if you have a day chart. Jupiter is actually your most benefic planet. If you have a night chart, it's Venus. But we're talking about Jupiter. And let's just literally talk about it being a benefic and what that really means. Most times when you think benefic and I hear videos or people talking about astrology, there is this concept that a benefic is something that is beneficial and good, even from what it says. But really, a benefic energy isn't energy that just is going to make something more pleasant. It's energy that really tends to just increase life, protection, coherence, rather than diminish or sever, which is more of a malefic energy. So that benefic energy is not always going to come in a comfortable, pleasant way. So even though Jupiter is a benefic energy, it doesn't mean that Jupiter is always going to be comfortable or it's not going to come in chaos. You can kind of think of a storm. If you're experiencing a drought and a storm comes, even though that storm comes and it can have devastating results on the land, it's actually beneficial or benefic to the world because it provided the water. So it's a giving energy. It is looking to increase something, and that is Jupiter's MO. Jupiter wants to grow, it wants to expand, and it's going to give you all of the experiences and the tools and the energy in order to achieve that goal. So, benefic energy for Jupiter kind of is nurtured by three things that we're going to talk about. It increases rather than it restricts. So it wants to give you more options, more resources, more hope, more open doors. When you're going through a situation, and let's say Jupiter natally is in a certain segment of your chart, you're going to experience more when it comes to options, more opportunities, more in that area of life. And then when Jupiter transits your chart, you're going to also experience that same benefic energy of more because Jupiter is looking to expand something for you. So it's really cool to follow Jupiter transits. Right now, you should go and look at where Jupiter is transiting in your chart, in your life, to help you understand what is trying to expand through growth for you and what is potentially causing a little bit of chaos to give you that expansion. So Jupiter's always going to give you more. And the thing that's kind of funny about Jupiter is it really follows that if you know better, do better kind of energy. So if Jupiter is transiting a place in your life and you know better on what you're supposed to be doing, because Jupiter, again, is expansive wisdom, knowledge, beliefs, and moral systems that you hold, if you're not doing what you know you should be doing, Jupiter is going to expand and enhance and give you more situations where you're going to morally align with what is actually true for you. So if let's use like smoking, and you have to decide to you whether or not smoking is good for you or not. People will tell you it affects the body this way, it does whatever. It's your choice to figure this out, okay? If you carry a belief, that is what it's going to be. So if you believe that smoking is something that is not beneficial to the human body, right? You're going to have certain health results that are not positive. You believe that. And let's say you still smoke, and Jupiter either natally is in your sixth house of health and body experiences, work, things like that, or Jupiter is transiting that sixth house, you are going to experience more situations to where you're being in chaos because you're smoking and you know you're not supposed to be smoking. And Jupiter is going to try to help you awaken to the understanding that you're not supposed to be smoking, but only because you hold that belief. At the end of the day, it's about what you believe, not what others believe. So Jupiter is going to expand your beliefs. So I only use smoking just because it's like a commonly used theme of something that is not healthy. You decide. I'm not going to judge. I personally don't smoke, but that's my own personal alignment. So again, and not because I personally hold a belief about it. But if you don't, that's okay. But if you do and you're still doing it, Jupiter's gonna mess you up. It's gonna mess you up, and it's gonna mess you up in the most growth orientated type of way, because it's giving you those experiences so you grow and expand. Remember, Jupiter governs the 9th house of expansion, exploration, higher knowledge, and wisdom. So it wants to elevate you, who you are. Second thing that Jupiter is going to do, it's going to integrate rather than fragment things. So that means expansion is often going to be turning more towards meaningful events into a life story. It's going to provide a narrative, right? There's something about shared principles that is trying to get out of a situation. So it wants to take your experience and give it a profound understanding. It wants to correlate it to others around you and give you a bigger story, the bigger picture. That's a very benefic expansion, protection, societal gathering that Jupiter does. And then the third thing that we're going to talk about that Jupiter does, it's going to protect by buffering extremes. What I mean by that is it's going to give you assistance, grace, patronage on help. It's where help arrives. It's going to expand your help in that area. So that can overdo it too. It can over expand you. If Jupiter is in a unhealthy state, it can kind of lead to overconfidence, excess, inflation, becoming self-righteous in what your morals are. But if it's healthy, it's going to find that right balance that is going to give you the assistance that you need to expand in whatever way that Jupiter is looking to expand by, wherever it's transiting in your chart or where it natally is placed with you. And that was the mission that Jupiter had energetically to share with you to fulfill on this life journey. So Jupiter benefits come from growth, evolution, opportunity, and justice. Jupiter is linked to the energy of Zeus, okay? The Sky King archetype. So that's associated with order, law, and providence. Like Zeus took care of all those around it, expanded. It was an expansive energy. I'm gonna flip my page. I feel like I'm doing good keeping on track with this, you guys. So it's all about maintaining the blessings that societally there is a moral order to things. And you get to decide what that moral order is based upon what you're aligned to. But no matter what, Jupiter is here to expand for humanity. It's for the world. It's here to create the understanding of the events into a bigger story and understanding of knowledge to elevate. What are you here to elevate in your life? Where are you here to expand in your life? We are all here to exist. That is our purpose. And through that existence, you are here to leave your vibrational frequency so that you can expand this collective consciousness. So Jupiter can really help you understand what you're here to expand, where you might be hindered in that expansion, or maybe where you're over correcting in your expansion. But Jupiter is the benefic because it's not always going to be comfortable. That's not what benefic means, but it's always going to be expansive. So, yeah. It grows the plot even when the plot twist is loud. So, find your plot. Find your Jupiter. It's Thursday. It's the day of Jupiter's energy. And that's just talking a little bit about benefic Jupiter, the great expander. I'm going to come and I'm going to talk more about Jupiter and just do videos like this. I thought it was going to be a couple minutes. It's literally 8 minutes, but that's fine. I'm working on my expansive speech, and writing it down helped. It was a little funky looking at the paper and then still talking, but you know, we're going to get there. We're going to keep growing through this, and I can't wait to see what the results are because I'm really happy with them now. So happy Thursday, happy Jupiter energy, expand, grow, glow. That's the vibe. I love you.